I said in my mind, she's fine.
I guess when we were shooting that video in that airplane hangar, you should have been in class, sweetheart.
Abby tries to bring Nia down for the 10,000th time, but this time Nia is just not having it and she lets her know. She snapped back so hard that Abby was stunned into silence, and here is how that happened.
Maddie dances and tells the story. You can't take her eyes off of you. When you do it, it was like nothing.
If I've had more opportunities, maybe I would have been better at it.
On the bottom of the pyramid, we have Nia. The solo was fit. From what I saw of that dance, it could potentially have won.
As usual, Abby is all over Nia's case.
JoJo, you're next on the pyramid.
Abby had no reply and then shoved Nia to the bottom of the pyramid because that is just what Abby Lee Miller does. The rest of the episode, Abby tries to pit Mackenzie against her sister Maddie, and their mom kind of takes it really well.
That this is what's going to happen from here on out. They're going to be against each other. They have enough pressure, but of course, there's always something more pressure on them.
This week we have a guest choreographer. He will be doing the group routine this week. This gentleman has won 3 MTV Video Awards.
Whoa, good for her. The girls have a new, really successful choreographer around. This guy has worked with Lady Gaga, Jennifer Lopez, and even Michael Jackson. He is Travis Payne, and he is the one setting the choreography for the girls. You see, he has a different plan for the girls. Let's see how the moms take it.
Like hanging on his every word. Like this.
That's good.
I am super excited that Travis is like bringing in some voguing, but it's got like a twist on it. He is like bringing us something new, something fresh. This is why we're in LA.
1, 2, da da da, do, splat, da da da.
So this is Travis Payne's gig, but the fact that Travis is taking this class does not mean that Abby is not going to push the girls to tears. Because what is a Dance Moms episode if Abby does not make the girls cry?
Do you think constitutes being a master teacher? I see that you're having master classes.
JoJo simply posted, come to my master class. Why does Abby care? I have no idea why Abby is bringing this up now. God forbid JoJo should interrupt precious little Maddie's solo time.
Is there a line Abby will not cross? Maybe if it is a line that makes the girls feel better. Because this lady here is not in the business of putting smiles on anyone's faces. Anyway, Abby has more strong complaints about the dance routines.
Aside, what? No, when you did the kick up, down, that moment is really sloppy because of this. You're all hunchy and it's fast and you're trying to remember it.
I want to finish right quick and then we'll clean if you don't mind, Abby.
I am a little bit concerned about the girls grasping the choreography and doing it perfectly.
Yeah, Abby says she will leave the choreography to Travis, but that is not quite true. You see, Abby wants to win, and she will do everything she needs to get that win. Maddie and Mackenzie take the stage, and they do so well, but Maddie does so well that the moms take an issue with it.
One Maddie solo, and Maddie solo was finished.
Not according to me.
But it was
Well, it was
further
good enough for
along
before.
than Mackenzie and JoJo.
My kids have been here since they've been 3 years old. Kenzie has been 2. I think they rate a little higher on the ladder than Jessica's daughter does.
I think you have different level of commitment to different kids.
Right.
I think when it comes to Maddie, you're 10 plus.
Kira snapped back at Abby in the worst way in the most explosive Dance Moms episode yet. Mackenzie is not around because she is filming a show, and that means Abby is just ready to unleash all her negativity on the girls. And the moms think that the girls are suffering because Abby is not paying them enough attention.
And she's not bringing any in for our kids. Our girls are suffering, and it's only gonna get worse.
To Jill's point, I think that if the girls were in class, maybe they could correct those mistakes and things.
No more auditions, no more meetings, no more performances. Class. Class, 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 class.
Abby says she is a dance instructor, not a babysitter. So that means that all the girls know what to do and don't need her help. Okay, if that is so true, why are they even here then, Abby? Why are they at the Abby Lee Dance Company? Trouble starts brewing when Kira starts asking about why the girls are not having enough dance classes.
Choreography is not the same as training. We want to be able to do both and also take advantage of why we came to LA. It shouldn't be an either or.
I mean, I know for my kid, she's a dancer. She has no interest in doing the singing. She has no interest in really anything else besides being a dancer. Well, our kids aren't training.
The moms arrange for a new dance instructor behind Abby's back, and that goes just as well as you think that would go. Abby does not take learning about this very well, and then the sparks start to really fly.
Just laying there. Pick your back foot up, flex it.
Who are you talking about?
Look at her front foot. Not doing it.
Okay, she hasn't had a stretch class in how long?
Listen,
That's
why
not
can't
true,
your
ladies.
smart kid do it in the bedroom? Why can't she stretch on her own?
You know what, Abby? You know they have not had a decent stretch class.
And things don't get better either. The moms are really fired up to give Abby a piece of their mind, and Abby is fired up to ignore all the pieces of brain matter the moms are throwing at her. But Kira is determined to get a final confrontation with Abby, and she gets it. And let me tell you, it is not pretty.
Well, they're in LA, and if that's not something you want, I'm not in any way trying to disrespect you or what you've worked hard for.
Kira, she is maybe overzealous and wants to make connections here in LA. I don't know.
Did you say I'm over jealous?
No, zealous.
Zealous.
Oh, what's zealous?
That's over enthusiastic.
Oh.
Moms, I'm gonna leave. I had no idea she didn't want this to happen, so I don't in any way want to disrespect you.
Abby is so rude. But it is true that getting another choreographer for the girls is just disrespectful to Abby. It is a good thing that the instructor tried to get Abby's permission first, because that would have looked really bad. Anyway, the seed of discord has now been sown, and Kira and Abby are going to really go head to head.
She didn't do anything out of line. Like
She showed
came
up. She
in
got out of
to-
the car. I think that kind of shows what kind of person you really are. After all I've done for these kids, they're gonna waltz some stranger in here to teach a class? That's like slapping me across the face.
Even though Mackenzie's been out all week, being a guest star on the Nickelodeon series, Abby decided that Mackenzie has to be in the group dance.
So Abby is pissed off with everyone, and she just wants a win. She wants a win so much that Maddie says she is scared that Abby would do something terrible to her if she does not win. That is probably why Maddie put everything she has on the line for this solo.
She's a disaster waiting for happening. There's nothing you can say to take the crazy away. This little Miss Loose Cannon is coming your way. A loose cannon will blow you away.
But the judges say that Maddie needs to improve her technique. The mooms take that as a sign that they have been right all along and that the girls actually need extra lessons. Does Abby take that well? No, she does not. And that leads to this huge fight between her and Kira. And it is insane.
To walk away from you because they support you just as much. It has nothing to do with what you teach and what you don't teach. Don't care. You guys are being ridiculous. Fine, do it without us. All my help. We don't give a damn. No, it's ridiculous.
Don't point your finger at me.
Don't you dare try and make my child look like that. Don't you dare.
Call Maddie B.
Go to hell. Go to hell.
Your kid would rather be with any other mother here than with you.
Stand here and let you talk to my child like that. Everybody else will, I will not.
Abby is still in the business of making kids cry, but this time she meets Jojo Siwa, and little Jojo is also in the business of snapping back at adults who are not in control of themselves, and that shocks both the moms and Abby. Here is how that episode starts.
Jojo, you're back. You got the invitation that I wanted you to stay another week. I made a decision that Jojo should come back. She can be sometimes rude, but can she get on stage and be fabulous? Yes. She has that extra little spark. That's great for Los Angeles. I think the kids could learn something from Jojo before.
But it does not take long at all for Jojo to start giving some answers that Abby thinks are way too bratty for her. She wants to groom the kids to be stars, and she just can't stand Jojo's behavior.
Could be a star. But I'm worried about you working in a professional environment. Will you speak louder than everyone in the room?
Yeah.
Right, and that's the problem. You're saying yes, that you want to do that, and then I just said that's the problem. You don't realize that there's other people in the room, that two adults are having a conversation.
I think being able to speak in front of people is not a bad thing.
Jojo is definitely not toning down her confidence, and she is at the Abby Lee Dance Company to win. She wants to do nothing else but win, even if Abby huffs and puffs about it for an eternity. Anyway, as they practice, the moms have their own weird drama going on.
I was imitating on what she said the girls. It wasn't making fun of her.
What were you making fun of her for?
She doesn't give a what anyone
Okay, but you just yelled at me last week for we don't talk about it in front of the kids. I was just saying the truth.
You would be pissed. You don't say it in front of the kids, and that's the bottom line.
So you have double standards? Of all the moms here, I thought Kira would have my back. I've known her for a long time. For her to make fun of JoJo, that's wrong. I think you guys just can't believe that I'm still here and JoJo's still here.
No, I actually can't believe it.
Actually, I don't give a who's here.
Learn how to give it.
JoJo's mom thinks the dance moms are jealous of her daughter, but I think she just didn't get the memo that the dance mom's always going to find something to shout about. That is just the way they are. Anyway, here is what JoJo thinks about it all.
Do big things, do movies, do commercials, but I would like to be on Abby's team and I would like to travel with them and do the competition. I know I can do it.
Now you're ready.
See, this makes you stand out. So when you're off, you really see it. If you had, black shoes on the black floor, we wouldn't see your feet. Attention in a positive way is wonderful. Attention in a negative way is scary.
But Holly feels like JoJo does not belong in the team. Despite JoJo being a really good dancer, she just does not feel the girl would fit, and you kind of get the feeling that this is because she is threatened by her.
A person who's just not even really a member of the team, to expect that there should or could be a space moving to LA, that seems like a really big jump to make.
It's okay if you guys are threatened by JoJo being here. It's okay.
Jess's opinions are really irrelevant to me. I am not going to give Jess the satisfaction of seeing me upset.
Ooh, I guess we'll see about that. Despite JoJo being a really good dancer, Abby still does not think she would fit in well with the larger group. That is because her dancing does not really contribute to the team. Anyway, as Abby is working through this absolute insanity happens.
Or Miss USO. Is that really a costume?
You want to see a costume?
Do you hear that kid say that?
I'm like, wow.
You see, that's where you cross the line. She's finished. Thank you. Go upstairs and tell your mother that I don't think you're in the group dance.
She said, JoJo, go tell your mother that you're probably not going to be in the group dance. But the part she says I'm late on, I'm not even late on.
Don't you let her make you cry. She's not worth it.
Whoa! Abby can give it, but cannot take it? Who could have guessed that the tolerant Abby Lee Miller would not be able to handle kids who talk to her the way she talks to them? Here is how she reports the incident to her mom.
Personally, I think Abby doesn't have her act together. Like, who takes JoJo out of a dance? Seriously, no one takes JoJo out of a dance.
We just need to talk a little bit about California. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
When we're there, you cannot fuck the system and you cannot go plan things on your own. I am their manager, so it has to come from me. Don't say, oh, well, this person called me and well, that person called me. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, Abby does. She certainly can take JoJo out of a dance if she wants. Abby then starts fighting with the moms because, well, that is what Abby does.
Group choreography too well. She was a beat behind.
I think she does just fine with your girls.
You, just fine, is good enough. Me, I don't like just fine.
No, I'm just as critical
I don't
as you
like
are.
just fine. I
Just
want
as critical as you are.
fabulous.
No one is perfect.
I'm not
no
looking
one
for
is.
perfection. That's not the point. We're looking for a kid that's gonna book a job.
Right. JoJo
Right.
will book a job. You take her to LA.
You may not like Abby, but you cannot deny that she is right on the money here. The moms are not here because they feel like or as charity. They are here to make sure their kids have an amazing career. They are definitely getting something back, and they need to remember that. Of course, that does not stop Abby from lashing out at JoJo just because she wants to.
Do you know the order of the solos?
JoJo, have you learned nothing? Do not address her until she learns to say, excuse me, when two adults are speaking. I am too old for that crap.
I'm the first one to call out JoJo's bad behavior, but clearly something is up with Abby because she had no reason to lash out on JoJo like that.
Stay classy, Abby. Anyway, Abby is cranky because she has just found out that the girls, who are barely 12, have to compete against much older girls in the teen division. That also means the group dance, which was originally for a pre-teen category, now has to be part of the teen category. So how do the girls do? Let's find out. And now the fireworks. Before the group dance, one of the moms suggests something so insane that things could have gotten physical in basically any other context. Here is what she said.
It's one of your older dancers. With JoJo, it'll drop it down to Junior.
So if I take Nia out and put JoJo in her spot, it would be Junior.
Me and Nia do most of the same stuff.
I worked for my place on this team. I want to.
And if you would just accept Abby's decision as a team member,
Just giving her choices.
my kid has gone through so much this week and then just had the audacity.
So what choice did Abby make? Did she sacrifice Nia for a win? Well, surprisingly, no. She says that JoJo does not look great with the other dancers, so she leaves Nia in. And here is how that went.
We're supposed to be gearing up for this big adventure in LA, and now we're on a losing streak. I just hope this doesn't eat away at the girls as we head to LA.
Not the feeling we wanted to go to LA with.
When's the last time the girls have won a high score?
They have?
I don't think what we've done best for the last few years may be good enough for LA.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. We're going to LA. We don't have a win under our belts.
Peyton walked out on Abby and did not stand for her abuses and insults. And Abby had to go back and explain herself before she could even rejoin the group. The pyramid session of this episode shows just how insane Abby is.
We have a baby. That's Mackenzie, and she's not even a baby anymore.
Can't put it right there.
Why?
It doesn't go in.
It's gonna have to go in, honey. If you let me hurt you, it'll go in.
Stop acting like a baby. You're 16 years old, and everybody's watching you cry. She just wasn't happy. I know, but we don't care if she's happy.
But that's
Get
just
it
it.
through your head.
You don't care that she...
That's ridiculous.
You're crossing the line.
That's it.
Whoa, that was crazy. Peyton's mother is really saying the quiet part out loud here. This entire place is probably not great for the mental health of these kids. The show itself is probably a net negative for them, but they keep on coming because they want to win. And Abby knows it more than anyone.
For LA, the people auditioning you aren't gonna waste their time telling you what you can do better the next time. They're just gonna cut you. Get it? Peyton needs to toughen up. It's a tough world out there. And if you wanna make it as a professional dancer, you need to start listening to your teacher. Girls, you have to understand that when I tell you something, do it.
But it is never that easy with Abby, is it? It is never that easy. Abby then tells the kids that they should all become homeschooled like Maddie in order to become good dancers. And that makes sense. What parent would not throw their child's education away to prove it impress Abby Lee Miller? Sarcastic. Here is Abby's idea for the new dance, and it is exciting.
We are going to do our version of Kinky Boots. This is a tribute to the Broadway show, Kinky Boots.
Isn't Kinky Boots about drag queens?
Yes, it is.
Well, drag queens? I think this number would have done well in LA, in New York City, and Rockville, Maryland. Just, I don't know.
The group routine?
I guess we'll see about that. Abby pits 3 of her best dancers, Maddie, Macanize, and Chloe, against one another in the same competition, because why not? And she makes sure she tells the rest of the mothers that she knows Maddie will win, no matter what. And Abby does not care at all.
I am excited to do something out of the ordinary. We are going to do a group routine inspired by the smash Broadway hit. All right, now listen to me. This is the first group dance that we're doing that Maddie is not the lead. Peyton, do you realize that? This season, every single solitary routine that we did, Maddie was the lead. And we are 10 for 10.
Stay classy, Abby. Never, ever change. Of course, Maddie gets the tap dancing routine easily, but Chloe has some trouble with her contemporary routine, and that ticks Abby off the longer the continues. Anyway, the moms still don't like the idea of the dance.
This competition, and she's starting off with drag. Am I really starting off with a bang?
Yeah, because what if they're really conservative competition, like, you know, some of the competitions we've been to, and they'd be like this.
Of them really are.
Then why'd she bring Peyton in? For this musical theater, over the top?
Because Peyton looks like a drag queen. I don't mean...
Bitch.
Speaking of drag queen lookalikes.
I know, really.
Settle your poof down.
Talking about drag queens? Well, Abby invites a few actual drag queens to teach the girls how to dance, because why not? Even the moms get in on the action. Again, because why not?
The eyes, the big dramatic eyes, and the big lips, just the kisses and the mouthing of the words. That's what they want.
It's just all about the strut.
All right, let's go, Miss Thing, and strut.
Being a drag queen is a lot of work because you have to work it.
And pause, and look, and turn, and look over the shoulder, and walk. Do you think that you could help maybe with a little bit of the makeup, the drag queen over the top?
I think so.
It is competition day, and the moms are still worried about how the dance will be received. And Abby is worried that Mackenzie is not depressed enough. Seriously. She says that Mackenzie does not look as sad as Maddie did when she did her own routine.
And what else? Show me the distress, pain, agony. Help me. I don't know. They all look the same. They all look like Mackenzie.
Abby should stop and not make Mackenzie do Maddie's face.
You go out there and you be Mackenzie. You don't need to be Maddie. Right. Like you be Mackenzie.
competition time, and here is how the girls do their best. But the question is this, will their best be enough? Well, Maddie's performance is mind-blowing, Mackenzie does well, and Chloe did great too. But that was not enough for the dance moms as the episode ended with them arguing again.
She's an amazing little dancer, but she did not need Maddie's costume or her solo to be a good dancer on that stage.
Of course she didn't.
It was just very awkward. I just thought she was fabulous.
Abby was just trying to make a point,
No,
I
Abby
guess.
was trying to clone Maddie.
She's not trying to clone. She can't clone her.
Do you think that Mackenzie was worried about doing Maddie's face the entire time out on stage?
When you go on stage, Leslie, you do what you have to do, just like Peyton does.
So
When
you-
Leslie